Peace, peace, black power, peace and love, black family. Peace and love to the black family. Greetings, 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 greetings. It's another video, y'all. Your first time coming into my channel, make sure you mash up the like, share the video, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this hot channel. Come in, subscribe to the channel. Don't be a hater. If you view my video, go ahead and like the video. I got something hot for y'all. Coin Telepro. I smell Coin Telepro. I smell the CIA, FBI. I smell it. And it's deep. People are gifted to see right through smoke screen. And that's me. Keefe D, Southside Crip. Let's go down memory lane for 1 second. Tupac Shakur. For some apparent reason, these people are paying these slaves, these slave captures. These are the slave captures. These are the ones that sold our people out. You got these Negroes who work for the CIA to mask who really killed Tupac. And for some apparent reason, I know what it is. I see right through it. These individuals that was close to Puff Daddy, East Coast record label, Bad Boy, you dealing with some deep entities who wanted Tupac dead. Now, let's get off into Keefe D statement trying to demoralize, trying to slander Tupac's name with the gay agenda, because the gay agenda has to take root in the black community to stop the black population from growth. You think this is far-fetched, but this white man that you're dealing with is elementary in his thinking, but decisive in his thinking, because he catches the slow Negro. He catches the slow Negroes. He used the slow Negroes against the peoples. He used that conniving, backstabbing Negro who hate being black, who's already jealous, against the people. You know, because on the slave plantation, we was taught this espionage to overthrow your own people. So Keefe D made a statement on Vlad TV. Vlad is nothing but those people. Vlad TV is those people who are in control, the untouchables. And those people never liked the Tupac. The powers that be was behind why Tupac is not here. Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson is the scapegoat. If it's any truth to what Keefe D's saying about Puff Daddy, I link this to the government. I link this to the music industry. I link this as a cover-up. Pay attention, black people. They're trying to put gay acts on Tupac because we're living in a time where everything masculine for the black man has to be torn down. Tupac represented masculinity for the black people. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, black people, we have to be careful. Keefe D is alleging that Tupac knew Puff Daddy in his early days before the beef, and Puff Daddy and Tupac were hanging out as if Tupac was on the gay agenda back then. You see, Tupac represent the masculine black man in America, the last fallen soldier that represented, masculinity and fight for the people. So, in order to make this finalized in hip hop in the black community, because kids follow what the rappers do. Some grown folks follow what the rappers do. They want to be like the rappers. Tupac being that thug masculine who shot the police, who shot 2 off-duty police. Let's not forget that the police of America wanted Tupac dead. Tupac was found not guilty of shooting 2 Atlanta police. Y'all remember that. This is the most hated person in America at this time. Tupac come from who? The Black Panther Party. He's a Black Panther baby. Tupac represented everything a man needs to represent as a black man. He just didn't have the right people beside him. He didn't have the right people around him. Affiliated with the gang members. The gang members. The gang members are easily influenced by the dollar. Pay attention. How's it that Keefe D got all this information about Tupac being gay, but nobody knew about Keefe D until the tragic moment of our brother being snuffed off the planet? No one knew about Keefe D until after he said his nephew was the one who shot Tupac. Orlando Anderson, his uncle and his entourage is the mask that cover the acts of the CIA and the music industry. He said Puffer offered him $1 million to kill Pac. He supposed to have took the money, then he didn't take the money, he didn't get no money. His stories never add up on Vlad. He lies all the time in each segment. You feel what I'm saying? Who is Keefe D? These guys, I'm telling you, these are the modern day step and fetch it Negroes who would catch you and turn you in to the white man when you was on the slave plantation escaping. There's a whole lot of people who are in the music industry pushing this gay agenda. Your vice president, Kamala Harris, instructed by the government and the CIA to take the LGBTQ over into Africa to stop the Africans from populating. They don't want the Africans to continue to populate. They don't want the black people of the world to continue to populate. So what a way to tear down Tupac for their agenda by hiring people like Keefe D. Puffer was groomed by Clyde Davis. Puffer was groomed by Clyde Davis. The gay agenda of Puffer was in some of Biggie's lyrics. You remember, pay attention. Biggie got some gay lyrics. He told one girl that she looked so good, he would suck her daddy's. This is where the gay agenda was happening with Bad Boy. Tupac was never part of Bad Boy. People got stories like Tupac went to go get his hair cut at a woman's barbershop and there was a gay person in there. That don't mean Tupac and that person was together in any conversations. There was a gay dude on Vlad TV said Tupac used to come get his hair cut in a particular salon from a woman. Vlad said, do you have any Tupac stories? The gay guy had no stories about Tupac. This is not a bang on the gay community. This is a bang on jealousy. This is a bang on lies that's piled up on Tupac. Just like they say Tupac raped some female. And you knew the government was involved. Who did they use? Them New York Negroes. Them stepping-fetching Negroes. And that girl, that little sister, she was young at the time. And I'm not going to disrespect her, but she was used like a rubber. You Negroes are used like a Trojan. You niggas are used. You niggas are used. It's a goddamn shame that they use us against each other. They use them Negroes to entrap Pac into a sexual relationship with a female that was working for the government to get Pac a rape case. They was at Pac. Pay attention, y'all. Then they set Tupac up for the what? For the fake robbery, trying to kill him. This is bigger than Orlando Anderson, Keefe D. This is bigger than Puffer. Puffer may be just utilized. Keefe D may be utilized as the tool. But who's behind the unseen hand is behind the situation. That's what I want to say. The unseen hand that you can't see is behind the puppet. The puppet master puppeteering these fools to do things against the community, against the rise of Tupac. Tupac didn't understand the gay agenda. He exposed Quincy Jones for coming at him on some gay stuff. Tupac wasn't what these brothers is today in the music industry. Tupac wasn't part of the gay agenda. Professor Griff, in his book that he wrote about the Illuminati being controlled, the devils controlled the music industry, he wrote when Pac turned Quincy Jones down, Tupac's death was marked because he wouldn't get down with the gay agenda. Puffer had Biggie already down with it. But Biggie had to be sacrificed to try to cause the East Coast, West Coast, black on black crime. And the Minister Farrakhan saw right through it and told him, no, this is what they want. This is why Biggie was sacrificed. Also, Biggie was sacrificed to make Puffer more richer. How do you, Puffer, take your artists out to hot California to record music when you got your own studio in New York? Why would you go to California after the greatest rapper in California just was snuffed out? And people believe it was the East Coast. People believe that it was the East Coast. Everybody think Biggie was innocent in this thing against Tupac. He wasn't. He was all in against the West. Ask Snoop Dogg. Ask Snoop Dogg that Biggie want to kill him. So when you deal with this music industry, you're dealing with something more deeper. Keefe D is nobody. How is he part of hip hop, Vlad? You call him the most controversial people in hip hop. He don't have a record label. Keefe D never owned a record label. Somebody was cool with Eazy-E. This man is dying from cancer. Some people want that 15 minutes of fame. So you want to dirty up Pac's name on the gay agenda. Let's check these clips out. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to give y'all my final analysis. Let's go clip for clip. You feel me?
This video presentation is used as fair use as a disclaimer for educational purpose only. All instrumental music is used as fair use for educational purpose only as a disclaimer.
Gay rumors surrounding Diddy are nothing new, but looks like there is some truth to them as many celebs have come forward with their testaments. Keith D claims that Diddy was more than just homosexual. He used to organize gay parties where things usually got hot and heavy. Interestingly, D was pretty sure that Tupac Shakur and Diddy were involved in some hanky-panky before their beef started. Even though these are some outrageous claims, we'll get to the bottom of this, so let's investigate together. Keith D, otherwise known as Dwayne Keith, has claimed in an interview with The Art of Dialogue that Diddy used to plan some questionable gay parties that many A-list celebrities attended in the search of some stimulation. Well, Keith spilled the beans saying Tupac Shakur, yeah, you heard that right, also used to attend these parties to have some fun.
Him and Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on.
He even identified the pictures that were taken at the party where both rappers were clearly enjoying each other's company.
They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck. Him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture? Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party.
Well, the public seems to have some mixed reactions to these revelations. Some believe the parties were so weird that it was difficult for D to put into words. Sometimes it's something in the air that's just not right. It's a F-up feeling you get when you're surrounded by evil. I think that's what was going on with Keith D, and that's why he had a hard time explaining exactly what was going on at that party. While others were skeptical of D's presence at the party. I love these videos where folks tell the story of how they were at a party and saw weird gay shit going on, always featuring the usual suspects, and while they're quick to tell that they're not gay and not down with shit like that, they continue to...
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
Gay rumors surrounding Diddy are nothing new, but looks like there is some truth to them as many celebs have come forward with their testaments. Keith D claims that Diddy was more than just homosexual. He used to organize gay parties where things usually got hot and heavy. Interestingly, D was pretty sure that Tupac Shakur and Diddy were involved in some hanky-panky before their beef started. Even though these are some outrageous claims, we'll get to the bottom of this, so let's investigate together. Keith D, otherwise known as Dwayne Keith, has claimed in an interview with The Art of Dialogue that Diddy used to plan some questionable gay parties that many A-list celebrities attended in the search of some stimulation. Well, Keith spilled the beans saying Tupac Shakur, yeah, you heard that right, also used to attend these parties to have some fun.
Him and Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on.
He even identified the pictures that were taken at the party where both rappers were clearly enjoying each other's company.
They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck. Him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture? Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party.
Well, the public seems to have some mixed reactions to these revelations. Some believe the parties were so weird that it was difficult for D to put into words. Sometimes it's something in the air that's just not right. It's a F-up feeling you get when you're surrounded by evil. I think that's what was going on with Keith D, and that's why he had a hard time explaining exactly what was going on at that party. While others were skeptical of D's presence at the party. I love these videos where folks tell the story of how they were at a party and saw weird gay shit going on, always featuring the usual suspects, and while they're quick to tell that they're not gay and not down with shit like that, they continue to stay at the party.
Okay. TPD. I'm sorry to bring him up again, but I gotta ask. He did an interview talking about he went to some party that he said was like a gay Illuminati party, and he saw Tupac and Puffy and all these people there. I ask you that because I want to get your reaction to that, but I also want to ask, was he around like that as much as he's saying he was back in the days and out here in LA?
He could have been. He had some money. He had some money back then, and he wasn't on crack then. Didn't appear. You can master it a little better when you're balling, but he wasn't running around here like a crackhead. But okay, let's do time periods, y'all. He said, set it off. He said that was the set it off premiere. And a big tall guy, he talking about 6'9", from 6 feet deep was there. And Tupac and Puffy was there together. What y'all don't know, y'all keep cheering that man on, but he calling y'all boy Tupac gay by saying they were there together. That was his way of trying to say Puffy and Pac was gay. Okay, Puffy might be, but y'all gonna let him call Pac that? But anyway, we all know the Set It Off didn't come out until November 1996. All right, some of you Tupac Alive people might believe Tupac was out there showing his face at a party in November of 1996. So I'll let you idiots keep on believing that. Y'all can have that. But we all know Tupac was no longer with us after September the 13th, 1996. Y'all go pull up when the Set It Off party happened. When did the Set It Off movie come out? That's the movie with Jada, Queen Latifah, Vivica Fox, and I forget the other young lady. I like her because she can make herself cry real good. But those 4 ladies, we all know when that movie came out. How do y'all even sit and, without talking about him or correcting him as an interviewer on that and let him put that out there? We all know that picture that was taken with Pac and Puff was an old picture from like 93, 94. But I realize it. I'm starting to realize it as I read the comment section that a lot of you young people weren't even born in the 90s, so y'all don't know this. So that's why I take the time to explain it. And I know y'all like Google. And so go Google. When did the premiere, the movie Set It Off premiere? And right there, that alone right there, just throw him out the window. Oh, well, he just mistaken on the party. Well, why would he name 6ix9ine and Vivica? 6ix9ine didn't even come to LA. That's the tall guy with that blonde hair that he's talking about. He didn't even come to Death Row until about the beginning of sometime in 96. So he just making up stuff, y'all. Just clowning and making up stuff.
You with Pac when he did that photo shoot, dripped in gold?
We was there, but we wasn't actually inside. I remember he did went to some hotel in Beverly Hills, and we was like all in the suite in the living room. He was doing that. You know what I mean? It was Pac was Pac. He was into, like, you know what I mean. He felt comfortable doing that type of stuff because Pac used to think he was a model. You know what I mean? So if he felt comfortable doing that type of stuff, where he was comfortable with his manhood to be able to do these type of photos. We clowned him. We probably, I'm sure when we seen it, we probably had a roasting session for like hours because that's how we would get down. Like, bro, are you crazy? You know what I mean? But Pac always been, if he want to do something, he gonna do it.
But the reason why I asked you that, right? Because I've been seeing this for a while now. People trying to use that photo shoot to take Tupac legacy. But if you go online, you can see the video of that photo shoot. So you can see Tupac wearing boxers underneath the gold. But, it's just funny to me, man, when I see people act like they don't see that video online. And, they just ignore that video so they can push their narrative. So, it's funny to me, man.
Nah, exactly. First of all, bro, we're going to talk about, you know what I mean? Because Pac was a man. Like, I lived in the same house. It was nothing fruity about Pac. You understand? He was a man. I don't want to go into details because I try not to promote like boyfriend, girlfriends, and this guy sleeping with this girl. That's none of my business. But knowing Pac, he 100% man. He wasn't into none of that fruity stuff. You know what I mean? He definitely wasn't into none of that. He definitely, you know what I mean? He was just an individual, a photo shoot. You got to understand, Pac was, when it came to his art, he was just different. He wasn't ashamed to be listening to people like what's her name? I forgot. It was like this lady, this singer. wow, what's her name, Aki? Like Pac used to blast her, but to us, it was like the most weirdest, strangest music on the planet. But he's seen something in this music. So he wasn't a type that always listened to rap music. He listening to Alanis Morissette. He driving around listening to Alanis Morissette. He hanging, like, he just was a different type of people when it came to him and his talent and how he liked to, you know what I mean, deal with his art. But when it comes to his sexuality, he was a man that was far from being a homosexual, 100% far from that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Pac wasn't into that weird. These rappers nowadays doing that weird stuff. You know what I mean? It's becoming common. But in our time, you know what I mean? You get your head knocked off around us doing that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But my thing is this, right? How they intentionally ignore that video that's online. If you look at the video, you can see the men is wearing boxers and they put the gold on top of them. But they ignore that video and they try to push the narrative like he was butt naked underneath the gold.
Even if that was the case, but how can that define his sexuality if that was the case? You know what I mean? If that was the case, that's some crazy stuff. You got people running around doing all types of videos and stuff. It probably would have been strange, but if he felt like he wanted to do a photo shoot like that, we probably be like, bro, you crazy? You lose your, what's wrong with you? We would have clowned him, but that has nothing to do with, you can check his sexuality and say he's you know what I mean, he's gay because of that. You know what I mean? But I guess that we living in these strange times.
Yeah, man, and I actually heard that photo shoot. That was for a female magazine too, so.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know what I mean? And we always did. I'm talking about his publishers, managers. It probably was 40, 50 people, not while he was doing a photo shoot, but I mean in the suite. Like, you know what I mean?
What I like about you, you know, like he was just saying before we got here, you are one of the only, well, matter of fact, you're the only I know that know Tupac. You feel me? And
Facts.
I am a Tupac lover. So if a say something, I'm really ready to get down with you. I mean, I really, you know, but you know, still like, damn, I really didn't know Pac, but I'd be really mad. So you know, I spoke to G Malone about his song. I'm like, damn, cuz. And then you know, and then you have, you know, like people like Wack that'll just be going ham on my, you know what I'm saying? So like, how you feel like you being close to that nigga, you feel me? And like, and you seeing all these remarks.
It's like, what, you know, whatever motherfucker got to say about Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Say that shit to me because I was with the nigga, you know what I'm saying? And if you think he was doing all of this bullshit and this gay shit or all whatever the fuck you trying to say, nigga, and a motherfucker try to talk about he went to a gay club with
Queen Latifah.
That was Peanuts.
Right.
We all went to Peanuts. I sit in front of Peanuts and look at all the lesbians and shit. Hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? You think you want to change over this time? You might want to, you know, you might want some dick tonight and stuff. You know, of course I'm gonna sit in front of Peanuts and pop it. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna complain.
But
You know what I'm
Spice,
saying?
how you feel though, Spice, about, you know, it being over 20 years later and people are starting to like put a lot of dirt on Pac's name? You know what I'm saying?
It's you know, it was inevitable, you know. Pac even said the shit when, you know, I'm riding in the car with the nigga and he like, ain't nobody gonna be able to, telling me in his own words while we riding in the car, nigga, ain't nobody gonna be able to compare the best rapper in the world in this motherfucker unless they compare him to me. While we riding. And look what's happening. You can't compare every nigga that come out. Oh, he ain't fucking with Tupac. That's because he's not. The nigga did all of that shit before he was 25, man. If you over 25 and you're trying to compare yourself to Tupac, you lost already, nigga.
How was the energy being around Pac? His energy, bro.
The same energy y'all getting right now from me. You know, some thug shit, nigga. It was some gangster shit. It was some shit that we don't give a fuck shit. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We keep riding. We out here for, we gonna ride for what's right. We know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do right just because motherfuckers expect for us to do wrong, but don't get us twisted.
Right.
You know.
See what I'm saying, fam? You see, I smell CIA, government, conspiracy. When you're dealing with people like Keefy D, when you're dealing with a Negro, and most Negroes are controlled by that paper dollar. Yes, nigga would take a payment from the enemy to kill you. And that's what happened with Tupac's case. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I want to talk about the clip I showed you from Just In. I believe that's the name of this particular channel on YouTube called Just In. who the hell are you to say that Keefe D is telling the truth? Who are you, Justine? Just another white offshoot operation like Vlad TV, who keep a lot of shit going on in the community amongst black men. But black men can't see it. They go on his show and reveal something about another black man, then the black man has to respond through Vlad TV. See, it's all a setup when you're dealing with Vlad TV, but thanks to Vlad TV, because we catch Keefe D in so many lies, it's pathetic. He say that Tupac attend some gay functions. If Tupac was at gay functions and was cool with P. Diddy on the gay side, when Tupac came out back in the day with Death Row saying things about Dr. Dre being gay, where was Keefe D at? Keefe D is suffering from dementia. Here's a guy lying about who was the shooter in Pac's case. He could have been the shooter. He's the last one living. But he puts it on his dead nephew, who adamantly denied the shooting of Tupac Shakur. I don't know who shot Tupac, but I know who is responsible for his assassination, which is the United States government and niggas. You were used. You were used. What the hell is Keefe D doing at a puffy party seeing Tupac? I don't know if it was Art of Dialogue, but Art of Dialogue asked Keefe D to Tupac say anything to him. And what's so crazy about this whole situation, I'm listening to one of Keefe D's interviews. He said that Tupac showed up at a gay party that Puffy threw for Queen Latifah's Set It Off movie. The opening of the movie, there was a party, and that party was in 96. Keep in mind, that was like November of 96. I believe Pac got killed in September of 1996. So why is this LGBTQ stuff is trying to be pushed on Tupac? Because he was not gay. We listen to Napoleon. He said Tupac wasn't gay. The people that hung out with him, how come they haven't said Tupac was gay? Danny Boy was gay on Death Row. He did not say nobody else was gay on Death Row but him. This is after Dre. There's some accusations out on Dr. Dre. We don't know that's true, but why are the media, these Negroes, now trying to galvanize to try to put that rainbow shit on Pac? Because they hating. They was always jealous of Pac. That's why Pac is not here. Black people hate black people. They hate to see another one succeed. They hated Tupac, his talent, his words, his wisdom, the way he carried himself, the way he carried himself. They were just jealous, raw jealous of Tupac. Tupac has died because the government feared him and Negroes was just jealous and they took that money bag. Pac was on Interscope Digital Underground for 4 years. So during this 1993, doing Digital Underground's run is when Keefe D supposed to have met Puffer through an acquaintance from New York that Keefe D did business with, which was Eric Von Zip. Now Reggie Wright proclaims that Keefe D been in prison so long he don't know these people. He just know that he was the one, or they was the ones was supposed to assassinate Pac for Puffer. P. Shitty. Who the fuck is Justine? I want y'all to unsubscribe from Justine, because if you subscribe to Justine, you are not getting real actual facts. Justine is controlled by the powers that be to try to take down Tupac by his legacy. Tupac shot 2 off-duty police. They still upset. The LBGT, whatever that is, Q, hope I'm getting it right, the Rainbow Coalition, shit y'all trying to put on Pac, stop it. Y'all cropping his pictures. And niggas take the money bag to report false allegation. Who the fuck is Justine to take Keefe D's story to be truthful when Keefe D is suffering from fucking dementia? And he's a liar, a snitch. According to Reggie Wright, Keefe D tried to set up Eric Von Zip. Now, Eric Von Zip was supposed to have the $1 million check. The $1 million check. And got the $1 million check from an acquaintance of P. Shitty to kill Tupac. This is why you know nobody knows Keefe D. You see how many chain of commands that the money got to go through, and he still didn't get the money. The Southside Crips did not get the money for killing Tupac Shakur. The government fucked them. If Keefe D is admitting to being part of the assassination plot to kill Tupac, why the fuck he wasn't arrested? Because he's an informant. He's a informant. Why P. Diddy is not being investigated? Because they all galvanize and work with the government. The government was at the scene when Tupac got killed. The government was at the scene. What are you talking about? This is deep, man. It's very deep. When you're dealing with the aspects of government informant. See, these gang members who take the money bag from the government to kill our people is no different than Jesse Jackson, who set up Martin Luther King. You feel what I'm saying? They are no different. When you take that money bag, Keefe D, to kill one of ours for the government, you're no different. You're no different than William O'Neal, who set up our brother Fred Hampton to be killed by the police in Chicago. You know how Fred Hampton was set up, right? He was drugged by William O'Neal. William O'Neal called the police and told him to come on in, the nigga sleep, and they shoot him up. See, these Negroes came across on the Atlantic, and they got that sellout in their blood. So all you niggas, Puff Daddy, all you tough ass niggas, you took money from the white man to kill a black man like Tupac. You niggas didn't have no real beef with Tupac. It's all set up that they was gonna kill Tupac. It's all set up that the government was at Tupac. The New York niggas, y'all niggas are hateful, jealous ass niggas. Y'all learned that shit on the slave plantation. Y'all supposed to galvanize Tupac around Tupac. You motherfuckers was mad at Tupac. You hate his charisma. You hate he was black. And the white man hate Tupac. So since the white man hated Tupac, y'all hated Tupac. I can see right through it. 1990, let's go 1993. When the New York niggas introduced him to the sister Ayanna Jackson. Ayanna Jackson knows Tupac didn't rape her, but she was working with the government, the police. Then after that, they tricked Tupac to the Quad Studio and shot him in New York. That was government experience. 93, you get accused of a rape you didn't commit. New York niggas introduce you to this female. Then right back in 1994, right after that, they shoot you up 5 times. And people say they don't know where the beef between Puffer. They act like they don't know where the Gene Deal does a video and says he don't know where the beef come in. That the beef came in when they crossed the nigga. The nigga figured this shit out. They set him up with the female. And then they sent him to correctional facility, a maximum correctional facility, Clint Correctional Facility. How do you go from a jail cell, your first time conviction, you go from a jail cell to a penitentiary, a maximum security penitentiary, your first time offense, and your offense is touching the buttocks of a female, which he's not guilty of that. Why is it that the powers that be always come up with the sex case on the black man when they want to take that black man out? When the white man wanted to get at Bill Cosby, he came with the sex case. When they wanted to kill the brother that I'm talking about, you might not believe me. Sam Cooke. When they killed Sam Cooke, the black woman set him up. The Italians' mob was hired by the government to set this brother up. You feel what I'm saying? This is how they get down. Sam Cooke was murdered for his music catalog by the industry. And this is how they get down. This stupid ass Justine show talks about Tupac performing. Him and Queen Latifah performed at a gay club. That's money. I don't think Tupac was thinking on some gay thoughts when he performed at a gay club. They paid him, he left. Spice One spoke out against people trying to, equate Pop into the homosexual arena with these new guys. See, you got to look at how the industry is today. And this is why Tupac had to go. Too much masculinity. The white man been moving towards this gay agenda in hip hop. Tupac had to go. So y'all can stop the lies. Justine, talk about this the truth. Keefe D testimony is mounting up to the truth. Keefe D knows P. Diddy is a gay. We all know P. Diddy mess around. But don't put Tupac in the middle of that with your lies. How you gonna take the killer of Tupac the killer that killed Tupac Justine, and take that as factual evidence where he say out his mouth, we catch him in so many lies. He say that when they killed Tupac, the check was supposed to go to Von Zip. Von Zip kept a $500 $100,000 check. That don't sound like no $1 million hit to me. That's $500,000. But Von Zip keeps the money. Gene Deal say he see $1 million check. And Keefe D, according to Reggie Wright, try to set Eric Von Zip up. Wearing the wire, trying to entrap him to say, yeah, Puffer associate gave me the money. I don't believe that Keefe D attended none of Puff Daddy's parties. And I say this to say that is the chain of command of him in the Southside Crips getting the money, it was changed through too many hands. And they still didn't get the money. They was used and abused. And they killed our brother Tupac for no reason. Because he was black, outspoken, and they was jealous. The white man was mad and jealous. And black people just wanted to take him out for the dollar bill, and they was jealous. This how all this comes out to be nothing but CIA involvement, FBI involvement. Anytime you're a Panther baby and you speaking the way Tupac was speaking, you know that the FBI is following him. If you want to know who the murderers of Tupac, go ask your government. Won't you file the Freedom of Information Act on the surveillance that they had on Tupac? The Freedom of Information Act should reveal the truth, because if the government was there in Vegas when Pac got shot, then you know who killed Tupac. It ain't the hand that came out that car. Who gave the order? Who gave the order? So, just like I made a video, I asked the world, could gangbanging be part of a demonic orientation organization that coincides with Masonic belief? Could it be devil worshiping? Because those people who run the world, you know they pray to Baphomet, and y'all know what Baphomet is. See, I'm going deep. I don't play with this. You know. What the hell is Keefe D doing? Or the dialogue, since y'all want to, let this dude come on here and disrespect Pop. You know what I'm saying? Vlad TV. What the hell is Keefe D doing at a Puff Daddy party when you know that Puffer deals in homosexuality? He confessed to the government of killing Tupac Shakur, being implicated, guilty by association. He put the murder on his dead nephew. So all this gay talk on Tupac is fictitious. We see right through it. We know this is part of America's homosexual agenda to kill Tupac's image and try to give him the rainbow image. We see right through it. Pac was a real man. Deal with women. Rape case in 1993. 94, he gets shot. Sent sent to a supermax prison where murderers, rapists, people never getting out at. They sent this man to a supermax penitentiary. First number. I never heard of that. And I've been doing time a lot. And Keefy D lying about being at one of Puffy's parties. Keefy D did half his life in the penitentiary. You missed out on a lot, Keefy D. You know, nobody knew you, Keefy D. The world never knew you until you admitted to being involved with killing Tupac and Shakur. The world doesn't know you. Didn't know you until you became the man who needed money making these interviews. Line and line and line. Gene Deal, James Mobb, Spice One, Reggie Wright. Everybody catches the Art of Dialogue. Everybody catches this dude lying. He's dying from cancer and he got dementia. Now, all of a sudden, 20-some years later, 22 years later, he want to tell y'all that Tupac and Puffer was on some gay shit together. Get the fuck out of here. We coming back with another one, man. This is part one. This is part one that Tupac not LBGT. This is jealousy, envy, and hate, and part of the American government establishment to further push the gay agenda in hip hop. The further they push gay agenda in hip hop, they can get all the young black males. If Tupac is tore down as being part of the Rainbow Gang, then all the young brothers will be turned out because everybody look up to Tupac. They're trying to tarnish Tupac's name. So when brothers like me come out and say the gay agenda in hip hop is lame, they can say, well, Tupac was gay. Professor Griff gave y'all the real that Tupac was killed when he denounced the gay agenda when Quincy Jones made advancements towards Tupac, and Tupac told the world and they took it down. They took it out of social media. It was written that Tupac talks about Quincy Jones trying to make sexual advances. But he ended up coming up with Quincy Jones' daughter, Kadada. That was his wife when he subsequently got assassinated. But you got to pay attention. All people that was around Pac and in Pac's day all worked with the government like niggas do. They worked together to kill Malcolm. Like niggas do. They work together to get King. Like what niggas do. Niggas work together to get Nat Turner, 1831, who rose up in Hampton, Virginia, and took matters in his own hands and killed the slave masters trying to get freedom. And guess who told? Niggas. Niggas. Keefy D is another nigga. So, this is not a bang on all Crips, but brothers and sisters, we got to think about what we be doing when we join these organizations. We think it's gangster because dude is bragging about being part of, this guy's an older guy now, man. He's about 60-something, 60. They're in them 60-something bragging about being part of an organization that killed Tupac Shakur. And you was doing it for the white man. Puffer was groomed by white people. You know who groomed Puffer? Come on, man, Clyde Davis. You know how sick Clyde Davis is? The white man Clyde Davis? Why you think TLC got fucked out their money? Cause niggas that run these music labels and industry, they are getting knowledge. They are getting knowledge how to run the music industry from white Jewish motherfuckers. I hate to say that. The puppet masters control these niggas. These niggas act likewise. They can't treat nobody with equality. Jay-Z's a bitch in the game when it comes to that. You feel what I'm saying? Because he was massaged and given the way to fuck everybody in the music industry from those goddamn Jews. Puffer well educated how to set Biggie up for the murder and how to get at Tupac. Niggas work together with the establishment to hold other niggas back. Why you think we got the boule? So you gangbanging niggas, you gotta leave it alone, man, and be black. Keefy D was so fucked up. He said he couldn't understand why Bloods and Crips work together in death row. You know why? Because at the end of the day, we black first. These are brothers. We're black first. You want to be Crip first. You want to be Muslim first. You want to be Catholic first. You're black first. Put black first and we won't end up in these positions. Yes, the murder of Tupac was by the government at the hands of boule house Negroes. And that's just the way it is. Peace and black power.